coming up on the Hurray Show.
And guess what gets the brunt of you not liking yourself? Your body, right?
Mhm.
Like, if you don't like the parts of who you are as a person, like we've talked about, you will blame your body for it.
Welcome to the Hurray Show. I'm Kim A, your host and undergraduate educator turned confidence coach, here to help you uncover your hooray inside, outside, and underneath. Since 2005, I've been supporting folks in the bra fitting room, where they've revealed it all, and we've transformed not just how they see their bodies, but how they see themselves. Now we're taking that same wholehearted support and bringing it to you. There's no airbrushing here, y'all, of bodies, beliefs, or the beautiful mess of being human. Just real stories, honest conversations, and tools for your self-worth journey. Hooray! By the way, just a quick heads up, I had so much fun talking with Teri that we went on for quite some time, so this is actually part 2 of our conversation. If that's what you're looking for, keep going, because here's part 2. I'm looking through my journal from, and we could talk about this forever, but from Body Image Bootcamp, which, by the way, we
Yeah.
did in Mexico. We were in Puerto Vallarta. And small story, I went a couple days early because I was in a really strange place in my life. I was dealing with infertility. I was kind of at odds with my body. I knew I wanted to go because my body had changed and I was in this new place, but also I was looking at it as like a science tool and being like, why are you not making babies? Like I was so upset with it. And I went a couple days early and I got a great deal, like a beautiful place up this mountain, stayed at this gorgeous place, had actually a 90-minute massage, best massage of my life, and met these women who were there. If you remember this, where they were there for a
Yeah,
wedding.
you went to the freaking wedding.
Yes. I got invited to the wedding like last minute, and I left our retreat and actually went to the wedding under a full moon. And I didn't know the bride or groom at all, and actually remember they were pouring tequila shots down my mouth on the dance floor. So that happened. That was really fun. But one of the reasons I remember embracing that was because we talked about our strengths. So I want to just
Yeah.
take a side step because we could talk about body image forever, and it's such a rich topic. I feel like we have to have you back. But I want to talk about these strengths because this was an unexpected, mind-blowing experience for me when we were working together at Body Image Bootcamp and we talked about these Clifton strengths. I've taken a lot of quizzes to like know myself, know my Enneagram, know my astrology, know my whatever, like all these different things. But this one really opened up my eyes a little bit because my number one strength, which I know you know, is woo, which stands for winning others over, which I thought came with a lot of maybe um issues, weaknesses, I would say. And you're like, "No, no, no, these are all strengths, and we can rely on X, Y, and Z too much or do A, B, and C too much." In other words, like, one of the downfalls or the pitfalls of a person who's woo is that they can rely too much on needing other people's validation or wanting to be liked. And if somebody doesn't like me, I'm like, "Why don't you like me? I will make you like me." Like, very much golden retriever, like, "Why won't you like me?
Yeah.
Like me, like me." But at the same time, that woo energy is like, I can go into any room or any hotel and make friends.
Show up at somebody's wedding.
Yes, they show up at somebody's wedding and do tequila shots on the dance floor, just be like, "I'm here, let's have fun." So I loved learning this about myself. So some of my top Clifton strengths are woo, then communication, activator, futuristic, includer, positivity, empathy. We know these, connectedness, relator, and significance. So if y'all are out there and you know these strengths, you can go look them up. But can you tell me about why you include this in the work that you do? Because a lot, again, this has nothing to do with body image per se, but like why go into this? I think this is like probably our last topic, but I just love this so much. What's in this for you?
Yeah. Yeah, so I realized I think the first year I did Body Image Bootcamp, I did not include Clifton strengths as part of it. But I realized that it's twofold. So one of my strengths is strategic. So as a facilitator of personalities coming into the home, it's like that are going to stay together and like live together essentially for like 7 days.
Right.
It's good for me to understand how might people impact each other, like a woo person is like super outgoing and like the life of the party, but then we have people that have intellection, and they just are like stone faced, like they're the computer, so they just like processing in their head. They seem like woo people can be a lot for people with intellection. I'm like, "What do
What?
you wanna do?" And they're like, "I don't know. I just need to think about it." But if you don't know that about yourself or you don't know that about other people, you're
Right.
just gonna get frustrated.
Yes.
So
In
as a
fact, that was so
facilitator.
illuminating for me to be like, "Oh, some people just need more time," or they're like that cat energy where they just need to, like, come to you. Like, I didn't understand. I just didn't get it.
Well, that's what happens. Most of us grow up with parents that maybe even have different strengths than us, and as a result of that, they're like, "Oh, you are way too sensitive, or you are way too loud, or you are
Yeah,
way
way
too
too much.
whatever, too much. You're too
Too
much,
dramatic, too
and
loud. Yeah,
you
absolutely.
need to be more like me because this is my human experience. So I assume that this is what everybody's experience should, air quotes again, be."
Yeah.
And what that does, though, is you spend the first half of your life depressing your natural strengths and talents. Or when you explore them, you then have a little bit of shame attached to it or question, oh, should I have said it that way? Should I have? Oh, maybe I was too much in that situation. And guess what gets the brunt of you not liking yourself? Your body, right?
Mhm.
Like if you don't like the parts of who you are as a person, like we've talked about, you will blame your body for it. Like when you go into a crowd of people and somebody doesn't like you, especially again, those of us socialized as women, if somebody's like seems up, like put off by you, you're gonna be like, oh, they probably don't. If you have bad body image, you're gonna be like, oh, it's probably because of the way I look, or they're not attracted to me because of my body, whatever,
Mm.
because that's a story you have. They may not like you because you are quote unquote too much for them,
Yeah,
right?
but the
Or
body takes
you
the
were
brunt. Yeah.
yeah, but we have been taught that if I don't like myself, it's not because of my personality or these stories I've been taught about myself. It's because of this physical thing. Our brains are meaning making machines. So our bodies mean the things we dislike about ourselves. And so
Wow.
by giving the attendees the chance to understand themselves better, build confidence from the inside, then you don't think about your body as much because you're like, oh, like when you, like this is why you are so good at what you do. Like there's no surprise that you are doing what you do when you go on TV shows without a second thought. You're like, yeah, obviously I can do that. Or you teach a class in freaking Paris where like I don't even know if you speak the language, but like you just show up, you're like, yeah, obviously I could do that, and make friends with people that speak totally different languages than me because that is woo communication, like all your strengths on fire. And when you are in that strength zone, how does it feel?
It feels fantastic. It feels good.
Right, and you feel glow. I call it glowy. Like if you picture yourself like when I like I've been kind of going through a career transition, so I'm trying to think about when do I feel the glowiest?
Yes.
And it's when my strengths are being utilized. And when I'm not glowy, it's usually because I'm either leaning too heavily into my strengths for the ego,
Mhm.
not for other people, or I'm not even thinking about those things, right? And so understanding our strengths allows us to have the confidence from the inside out so we could so the body image stuff doesn't really impact as much because you're like, no, this is who I am as a person, and this is okay. These are strengths of mine. And I just like it literally changes people's lives and perceptions of themselves and the stories they've been taught from parents, teachers, like people, well-meaning people,
Yeah.
but they have different strengths. So they were just told that you're too much or not enough. And now imagine you're being told, like you specifically were told you were too much multiple times, right?
Yes.
And then your body starts becoming bigger.
Yep.
Now, not only are you too much personality, now your body is too much,
Oof.
right? It just like translates onto that. And it's like, oh, maybe I need to be smaller or be less. And women are always being told to be less.
Yes,
So don't
100%.
be
And
more.
you're right, like, the way the perception I have of myself and my body has definitely been mirrored because 'cause I'm the biggest I've probably ever been right now, maybe by, like, a few pounds less, actually, but the biggest in general that I've been in my whole life, and when I was much smaller, I still felt like I was too big and that I was too much, and now
Mhm.
I feel like, actually, who I am is great most of the time. We're so human,
Yeah,
and
very soon.
also, like, I'm enough. I'm not too much, I'm not too little, I'm enough, and also that my body, I have such a better relationship with my body. So that those really do go hand in hand. And with all those personalities too, that first night, at the Airbnb, I had like a breakdown. I think I was just really going to confront this witch and was like, "Oh my gosh." And all of my I'm such a feeling person. All my feelings just like fully erupted. And I like called my husband and I was trying to sort of hide it, I think. I don't think I was doing a great job, but I also kind of wasn't. I wanted to be seen. I wanted people to know I was upset, but I was just embarrassed about it. I was like, "I should be fine. Like, I'm such a woo person. I love meeting people. Why am I so upset in this place with these" I knew they were wonderful women, but I just felt like too much. I felt like the woo was too big. I just was, like, confronting these old stories, and I ran up to my room, got onto the phone with my husband, called him from Mexico, sobbing. The kind of sobbing where, like, he couldn't understand me. And, like, if you get a call from your wife away in Mexico and she's like,
In Mexico.
yeah, he was like, "Are you dying? Like, what's going on? Are you kidnapped? What's happened?" And in fact, I just was like, "I gotta go home. I can't do this." I really panicked. And it's a little embarrassing for me to say this, but also so true. Like, this is really what happened. And you, God bless, you even said, you're like, "Empathy is not one of my strengths." But you still came in, and I remember you being like, "Do you want a hug? Would that help
I
you?"
was
'Cause,
like,
like, "I don't
"You're
want a
there."
hug, but I will do it if that will help you." And I was like,
Yeah,
"Yes." And
yeah.
you were so kind, but I think just, like, helping me have that self-awareness of myself of, like, what was really going on here, giving me the space to have those feelings, 0 judgment was so great. And then getting to know each of the women too, and going through the squidginess of, like, the work that we were doing there, all this exploration. I remember there was one exercise where we had to write down all the things that we had thought about ourselves, like some pretty negative things, and I wrote them down, girl, and then we had to give them to someone else to read, and I was like, "No!" Because mine I remember 2 things it said, one that was really, really, really deep, which was that I've shared this before actually, that, like, I had at one in my lowest point had thought, um, I believe in Jesus, that Jesus had made a mistake dying for me. I was like, "You straight up made a huge mistake. I was not worth it." So I wrote that down, and she had to read this out loud, and we were both sobbing. It's
Yeah.
I remember who it was, she's lovely, and then the right after that was another I'm laughing, but it was so sad, it was another thing I had said to myself that, like, "The cat doesn't even like me."
I do remember that one. Yeah, I do remember you writing that one.
Darkest thoughts. It was so sad, but it was so powerful to hear somebody else read them, and there was this gorgeous connection, this healing that was happening between all of us, and yeah, we all left with matching tattoos that say "Je t'adore" because one of our lovely people that came was a French Canadian, and she's just amazing, so we all wrote this French phrase in Mexico, where people speak Spanish, with all English speakers as well. But we all wrote this French phrase on our bodies, and I wrote mine in my handwriting, and I put it
Yeah.
right on my thigh so that I could put my hands there, and I could remember how it felt because I felt this for sure at that Body Image Bootcamp. I felt this real love for myself, for my body, this
Mm.
appreciation. So I was like, "I know I'll forget. I know I will. We're so human." So anytime
Yeah,
I
when you leave
forget.
the oasis, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. So I just put my hand right there and remember, at one time, I remembered what this felt like to love, to, like, fully love and accept myself. So that was such a
Aw.
powerful thing
I
and
feel
fun to
this
get matching
now.
tattoos.
Yeah, it was. It was so cute. I have that picture of you and Sam holding
Oh
hands.
my god, yeah, there was I got a second tattoo I was there too, just for myself, but yeah, Sam was holding my hand, and we just really supported each other. It was such a special, special retreat. Okay, this is the perfect time to take a little commercial break. I have so much more to ask Teri and actually some of my own stories to share, so stick around. We'll be right back after this. If you've ever sized up your swimsuit just to fit your bust and you still don't love the fit, you are not alone. In fact, according to a survey, 95% of folks said that they had to do just that before discovering bra-sized swimwear. Hey, I'm Kimay, and if this is you too, it might be time to try swimwear by bra experts from my partner, Bravissimo. These suits are designed by bra experts since 1995, who really understand that fit and support lead to better comfort and confidence, which pretty much everybody could use when wearing a swimsuit in public. The whole range focuses on built-in bra size support, with hidden or integrated clasps for a sleek look. all in a size range from UKD to L cup, which is a USD to Q cup. Yep. Plus, there are wired and non-wired options, bold designs, modern cuts, and comfy, stretchy fabrics that move with you. These supportive swimsuits give a hooray from me and just might make you say hooray too. I want you to feel secure and super confident this summer. So head to bravissimo.com and upgrade your swimsuit support today. Hooray! Okay, we're back from that commercial break, back with Teri. So if anyone's thinking of going to this, I know you're taking a break for 2025.
Yes.
But 2026 is Body Image Bootcamp coming back again. And who is that for?
Yeah, well, Body Image Bootcamp, I would say it's for people that are like, they know they want to change first of all, they know they want to change their relationship to their body. Um, but like they're ready to take the action. That's the thing. You have to be ready to take the action step. Like it's good to learn, but like unless you're ready to do the work like you did,
It's intense, y'all.
it's going yeah, it's intense, of course. And yeah, so regardless of where you are, we've had people come that like thought they were further along in their body image journey, because the second part of it is that yeah, you learn it for yourself, but it is so that you can embody it to teach it.
Right.
When you leave, you become certified essentially as a facilitator of the content to use however you want with whatever your thing is.
Right.
And so yeah, so regardless of where you are with your body image journey, the only thing is you do have to be ready to go through the work yourself.
Correct.
It's not just coming to learn the theory and then try to give it to somebody else. It is, you will go through it fully.
Yeah. Content
yourself.
warning. You will go through it.
Yeah, and but I wanted to talk about like how that first night was so overwhelming for you, because that's not the first time that somebody was honest about that expression of coming into a house full of women, and the fears and anxieties that come up because of, again, these narratives that we're taught that women are bitches and they're always judging, and some people are, some women do, but usually the people that come to my stuff do not, because everybody's thinking that about everybody
Right.
instead of being that. Does that make sense? And the fact that you were able to feel comfortable enough, like even if you were like, I want to go down the sky bucket to get out of here, but like to feel comfortable enough that you could let those emotions explode is a testament to that space that we create, where it's like, yeah, it is hella uncomfortable, but we're going to give you the space. We're going to give you the, we're there if you need us. And that's where strengths for us as the facilitators is important. Because if I saw you crying and upset and I was like, oh my God, maybe she doesn't like the workshop, what if I automatically turn it about me? I could not show up for you.
Right.
I would make it about myself and then be like, coddling you like in a way that was weird for the rest of the retreat.
Totally.
Which I was like, but like, because I know that no, what we put together is a good thing and it's awesome. And like, we take care to make sure that people feel safe and supported in this expression, that was just a symptom of it. And I could hold space for you in the way, even though, yeah, I always ask people, I'm like, I'm not naturally a hugger. That's why we have Beth is the hugger. But if you need a hug, I will do it. I'm getting better though, because I've learned that 8 to 9 hugs a day is good, gives you oxytocin and makes you feel good.
Yes.
And petting animals, they just give you oxytocin. They don't even take it from you.
Oh my God.
People
Bless.
take it. But pets just keep on giving.
Thank God for pets. Truly. I literally have a emotional support animal. I have a letter that my cat is an emotional support animal because
awesome.
I need her. But also, I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, how many hugs have I gotten today? And he's like, because he's not a physical touch love language guy.
Yeah.
So he'll just be like, and I have to like force him to quote unquote horizontally hug me, which is just cuddling. So like, just give me 30 seconds because I
just say compression, please, or like back rubs.
Please,
like there's certain touch that I like that aren't hugs. Yeah.
I mean, everybody's different. We all have different needs.
Yeah. And so, so with Body Image Bootcamp, that's the thing, is it's regardless of where you are in your body image journey, it is for you just have to be ready to do the work.
Yeah.
That is the only caveat I would say. And whether or not here's the thing, like a small fragment of people actually end up teaching the content. I just think people, again, socialize as women, we need to justify spending money on ourselves to do these things for ourselves. Like, oh, I'm going to take this and then it's for somebody
Right,
else.
I'll make good
That's
use of
why
it.
I'm going.
Oh my
Right. But then,
gosh.
like, I would say like 80% of our attendees never end up teaching, they like in the traditional sense or applying it to their thing. But what they do instead is they embody the work when
Right,
they go home, which
right.
means they're teaching in a different way. They're role modeling to their kids. They're having conversations with their friends and parents, and they're challenging their doctors. They're doing these things in a different way, just not the traditional certification facilitation way.
Love it.
But if they want to, they can.
Love it so much. I've definitely incorporated some of it into, maybe even if not specifically this particular thing into this particular thing, but in general, embodying it into the way I teach profiting for sure, because we're showing up
And
in our
that's
bodies.
ultimately what I wanted. I didn't wanna be like, "You have to teach it exactly
Right,
like me," because, again, strengths, you aren't me, so, like, why would you do that?
right.
But take the pieces that make sense for whatever it is that you are teaching
Yeah,
and apply those things. It really is just like, here's a bunch of tools and information. Take what you want, and who knows, 10 years from now, you might be like, "Oh, wait, we did that one exercise. Like, let me that would be great for this group, for this
yes.
thing that I'm putting together." Like, it really is just like, "Here's all the stuff that I know, and here's what I want you to know." And, yeah, I love it. I love my favorite part, though, of Body Image Bootcamp, I know we're having but my favorite part about Body Image Bootcamp is by usually day 4, 3 or 4, I get to see what I imagine the attendees were like when they were 7 and 8 years old. I get to see them play, get to laugh, they're running around with their bodies just being bodies. They're playing dress up in each other's clothes. They're looking at bugs on the trees, like the little leaf cutter ants that we always like check out. They're frolicking, they're doing cartwheels on the grass or whatever. Like that for me is when I know it has been a successful retreat, when I get to see that we've created space for people to honor that version of themselves that first learned that they weren't good enough, and then they get to come out and play. And that's my favorite part.
Oh my gosh, I think that might have been mine too. Hooray! Listen, we could go on for 2 more hours.
Good,
This is
good.
already way over, but I have to ask our final hooray 5. It's a hooray high 5
Oh, yay.
questions. Okay, so these are
Go.
rapid fire. These are don't think about it too much answers. Okay, so up first, what is your go-to style of bra or type of underwear? I'm just curious what you wear underneath. Is there a
Ooh.
particular style? It could be a brief thong boxer, maybe it's your birthday suit. What do you love to wear underneath?
Yeah, for even though I have, like, big memories, biggish, I actually don't like wearing bras, but if I have to, it's usually more of like a bralette because it moves with my body. Yeah.
Love it. Okay, what is your go-to for a mood boost?
A mood boost?
Yeah, is it like a song? Is it dancing? Is it outside in the
Oh.
sun? What do you do for to like
Oh, I do like being outside in the sun and, also just like, I just have a backyard now, so I get to garden or journaling is also, like, fun.
I love
Yeah.
that. If you could go back in time, this is exactly what we were just talking about, and tell or give your 8-year-old self one thing,
Oh.
what would it be?
I would give her a hug, even though she might not want it, but and let her know that being a writer is a profession and she will write books, and that's pretty cool.
Oh my god, I love it. Okay, number 4, how do you define success?
Very differently than I used to, that's for sure. I now define it as freedom, a big part, like being able to I want enough financial freedom to be able to jump on a plane when somebody needs me the most without even thinking about it and probably fly business class, ideally. I also love to be able to have slow mornings, and I love that I get to putter around in my garden and, when my husband has days off, that we can spend time together because I'm not locked into a Monday to Friday schedule.
Love
Yeah.
that. Okay, and final question, what makes you say hooray?
Oh, right now, what makes me say hooray is watching my flowers bloom because it is springtime. So we're seeing like all the blossoms popping. Like I went for a walk today and was like literally just taking pictures of all the blossoms I saw. Love to see like cherry blossoms. It'll be on my Instagram. Don't worry.
I'll
Or in my
follow.
newsletter, I share a slowly Sunday newsletter now where it's like the things that just make me
So
slow
good.
down a bit. But definitely, yeah, I would say that makes me like, I get so giddy. I went to the garden center yesterday and I was like, oh my God.
I love
So excited.
this. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
plant
I know.
queen, so good. Okay, so then so we can get your Slowly newsletter, so we can get your other newsletter, your Instagram, everything. Where can we stay in touch with you? How can these beautiful people find out more about you?
Yeah, I think the best place to go for all of that would probably be my website at terihofford.com, TeriHofford.com. That's where literally everything lives: courses, books, speaking. If you want to hire me, that'd be awesome. Yeah, Body Image Bootcamp. There's a link for Body Image Bootcamp there, which will take you to that website. And then, like most websites, you'll have my Instagram, Facebook,
Yes,
TikTok,
love it. Amazing.
emoji, dually, but it's there. Yeah.
Make sure you are following this person on Instagram. It is so like such a highlight and hooray in my feed. It's like highly curated with great
Oh,
people, and you're at the top of the list, babe. I just love following you. So thank you so much.
thank you. Yeah. So my Instagram is just at Teri Hofford. So
Perfect. We'll see you there. Thank you so much for being on the Hurray Show. I really appreciate it. Like I said, we could talk to you for another 2 hours, but we have to wrap it up. And I
sounds good.
hope you have a great day. Hooray.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye.
I hope you loved that conversation. I absolutely did. I want to end this particular episode with a great Q&A with Kimay. So here we go. Oh my goodness! Do you hear that? It's time, y'all, for another Q&A with Kimay. This one is for the full-busted folks looking for cute, supportive swimsuits. This is what she says. Hi, Kimay. I have a very full and heavy bust. I finally found full-busted bras that lift and support, and wow, what a difference it makes. Yes, it does. But when it comes to swimsuits, I'm feeling really let down. Literally. My bust looks saggy in most swim tops, and my confidence is dragging. Help. Oh my goodness, I love this question, especially because you already know how empowering and transformative a well-fitting bra can be. So I have some great news for you. Let me introduce you to my partner, Bravissimo. This well-known bra brand also makes swimsuits. That's right, it's swimwear by bra experts. This means you get the same superior support and shape that you would come to expect from a great bra, but in your swimsuit. In fact, their swimsuits are bra sized from 28 to 40 band, and then UK D to L cups, which here in the US is actually a D to a Q cup. Yes, Q, y'all, as in Q&A. And the best part, the fashion. They've got two pieces with various coverage options on the bottom. Bold colors, fabulous fabrics, and the bra is hidden in some of the one pieces so you can't even see it. So you get the look of a pull-on style, but with the inner structure of a bra, designed to keep your bust up. Hooray! You do not have to force your beautiful bosom into a floppy, zero support bikini or small, medium, large size top ever again. If you want lift, support, and shape, go to bravissimo.com and shop two pieces, one pieces, underwired or non-underwire styles, all with bra size support for full bust. And tell them that Kimay sent you. Hooray! Hooray! That's a wrap for this edition of The Hurray Show. If you love this episode, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who could use a dose of hooray in their day. Come on over and say hi at HurrayKimay on Instagram and grab the show notes with any links to what we discussed, shopping codes, or more information on our guests at hurraykimay.com/podcast. I hope today's episode helped you say hooray inside, outside, or underneath, or maybe all three. Either way, thanks for spending some time with me. Until next time.